Hello everyone, welcome to Party Monday. I've forgotten my tie. Rocket, can you grab my tie? Jeepers. What it's in my cupboard. Just in the second thing down. The shelves, second shelf down, red tie, Gryffindor. Oh, jeepers. What a terrible start. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Yes. The tie.
Excuse me.
See you, Rocket.
Excuse me.
I'm through. There you go. See me tie a tie on stream. Wonderful. Was gonna do maybe a everyone chooses what I paint tonight, but I don't want to do that of the listed models that I have because I have some stuff that I want to play on Wednesday night. So we're going to paint Shadowlands Daredevil, which should be fun. But we'll need to see the artwork. Come on, come on. Alright, so he is mostly black with some red striperinos. So, let's use Tenebrous Grey to kick us off. And then I think we will mix in something with some warmth. We might actually try some sunny skin tone and see how that looks. Let's give that a try. Alright, let's just go see if Andrew's out and about in the chat, the channel. He is. But he's not ready to join us yet. But hello Andrew, when you do decide to join us. In my life, a little bit of Jessica by my side. A little bit of Rita is all I need. A little bit of Tina is what I see. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. G'day Jared. A little bit of Mary all night long. Is that one a mold line or have I just missed that one? I think that's a mold line. Yes mate, I'm doing well, thank you. Is it an annoying enough spot to annoy me? I think it is. When you do a good job cleaning your mold lines, you don't need to do what I just did there, but Shadowlands, Daredevil. So I don't know a massive amount about this particular character in terms of his comic book lore, but basically he's a bad guy who takes over the Hand, and that's it. But the bad guy is Daredevil. G'day, Sharkwold. Well, it's Daredevil, but it's a bad version of Daredevil. So, as in he's evil. Evil Daredevil. He's not really evil, he just basically got tired of all of his efforts to save the city and stop the Hand failing. So he's like, well, if you can't beat them, join them and turn them into your weapons to keep peace on the streets. However, as we all know, violence begets violence. And yes. Hello, I'm Izamargo. Welcome. Hello there, friend. Yes, doesn't sound like a bad plan, does it? Becoming a supervillain? Quite tempting. Quite tempting. Weirdly, out of sort of nowhere, I watched Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog last night, which talks about that very thing, about becoming a villain. This figure that I'm painting tonight will take me over the 50% mark on my Marvel Crisis Protocol collection. Hello there, Wes. So we will hit 50% of my collection fully painted. It's quite exciting. Quite excited for it. No, not all of it. I just bought all the things I like. There's like 30 models or something that I haven't got. And I'm probably going to buy a couple of those this week or next week. It's just good models to paint, friends. Good models to paint. Come on, Santa. Come in, Spinner. Yeah, I mean, I've spent a decent chunk on them, but they're good to paint. Seems to be a popular game at the moment, so I'm sure I'd be able to sell them profitably. I always reach this point and just go, Dano, what are you doing? This is such a dumb idea. Don't do this. This is dumb. It's not working. We usually bring it back. G'day, Gin Tonico. Buenas noches. For me. All right. Let's do this. Make this actually look good, hopefully. It's been a quiet week so far. Looking forward to Willow on Wednesday. Wednesday. Just when Willow comes out. That is not working, Deno. Stop that. That is close to the worst thing you've ever done, but fair enough. What? No, that was definitely not me. Definitely not me. Could have been Bucks. Maybe it was Bucks.
Right. It's definitely not me either. I'd have to read to be in a conversation.
Hello there.
Go. Hello.
Who would it have been? Don't know. Let me think about. Good. The Malazan book. I can't remember the name. It's the Malazan something. Is quite good. You could read them. You could read my favourite author of all time, which is David Gemmell. David Gemmell. Yeah. Yeah. Or you just misheard me. Hey, Rocket. If what is Bucks doing over here in the Discord? Yeah, hello there, mate.
I'm hitting the wrong stuff. No, there we go.
Your audio's terrible though.
My audio is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was...
Very good. As a top,
Is that better?
sounds a little better, yeah.
How about that?
Nope, still sounds bad. Azathoth, I would...
Yo.
Hello. Give everything to the best painted. The full prize pool. Straight into the best painted. Best breast painted.
Oh, I might have adjusted. It might not be picking up my mic as the
No, so let me tell you what I actually do, because I've run a few competitions in my day, my many years of life, and I would not do prizes for first, second, and third. I do lucky dips for everything. Lucky dip prizes for everything.
How's that? Is that better?
That is better.
Excellent. Yeah, I think this reset actually, maybe last week, because I think the audio was pretty whack last week. Oh, I see you're painting the good Daredevil, sir.
Shadowlands.
Yeah. Very good.
Yep.
How have you been, mate? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Got to paint some models.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, I think I probably have painted quite a few now, so I should probably get those out to share, because it occurs to me that no one's seen them. Well, actually, might have showed them off yesterday. Maybe I didn't actually. I can't remember. Alright, good. That's pretty awful, Deno, but I think we'll just deal with it. Let's go grab some models. I'll flip over to Bucks Cam, Bucks, and we'll show everyone what you're working on, mate.
Oh,
Bucks Cam.
am I on camera nicely at the moment?
Oh, a bit of terrain painting, is it? TP.
So a little bit of terrain. I painted this already. Here's something I prepared earlier. How about this one, mate? Bam!
Oh,
Done.
you did it already. That's awesome. I just
I've got to do the doors.
yeah.
Hold on, there
Outstanding.
we go. And
Outstanding.
then we'll bring that over, get a bit more light, and then yeah, we're pretty much done. We get to do the fun stuff after this.
Outstanding. Look at you go.
Do some graffiti and some crazy stuff, and yeah. Yeah. We need to set a pace, though. We've sort of always, well, you've always set a pace, so I just play along.
Well, as a wise man once said, not here to fuck spiders.
No. Certainly not.
Here you go, friends. This is what I did. We did Rey Mysterio Jr. yesterday. He looks pretty cool.
I think he's your best yet.
We did Crossbones. Just got him out of the way. He's never going to get a look in, but he's done.
I played him on the
yeah.
last Friday.
I don't know if I showed off Ancient one, but I did a really, I was pretty happy with the paint job on her, the colours and stuff. She looks good. Bit yellow. And then the old Red Skullovich, did him. Just the original and the best.
The OG.
OG Red Skull. Yeah, pretty nice. I was happy with that.
One of the weaker sculpts of the first box set, I think.
Yep. Yeah, but actually came out okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw some of those. Contemplated it, but don't know. Seems pointless. The bases are cool enough as it is. You don't get anything for going out there and barking, buddy.
Is he trying to pull the wool again?
Yeah. Alright, Bucks.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about House of the Dragon.
Are we going to go? You're finished, are you?
I'm finished, yes.
Excellent.
Everyone,
I was catching a little bit of the stream when I got home yesterday after going on a mission to find this building,
yeah.
and I heard you saying that peak. I heard the phrase "back to peak Game of Thrones," and I thought, excellent, all is right in the world.
So Game of Thrones, at its best, seasons probably one was a little bit on the okay side. It was still good, but seasons 2 to 6, maybe not including 5, were absolutely outrageously good television.
Mm-hmm.
And although the time jumps were not always like, I understood why they did them.
They're not always seamless, are they? They're a bit jarring. The first one is incredibly jarring.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the first major one, like from when you have a cast change.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't get on board with that initially. But I did like the fact where it was creating a lot more, a lot more story. You didn't have to manufacture all these things happening in a short space of time. They were able to spread it out and live with them.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I thought Viserys was a good character, actually.
He did a really good job.
Weak kings are always difficult to portray.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is, like, he's the king, the peaceful king is his title, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was his in-book title. And, like, I think that he nailed that role well. He's just not cut from a cloth that would be good for ruling, right? He's a pretty good father, reasonably good husband outside of a fairly glaring mistake that he makes in the first episode, I think. And I think he feels that for the rest of his time, and he just ultimately, and a good grandfather, right? He just wants his family to be chill.
Yeah.
Turns out that that's probably not, if you can't keep your own house chill, you're probably not going to keep the realm chill.
No, I'm Daemon fanboy all the time. Unreal character. Absolutely unreal character. Rocket got on board. She was very much disinterested at the start. She was like, "Nah, this is a shit show."
Yeah.
And she enjoyed the fuck out of it.
I'm glad she stuck it out.
Last episode.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of episode 9, I was like, how do you top this, friends? How do you top a fucking giant dragon climbing out of the dragon pit, potentially burning everyone and stopping all of the war before it even started, and then flying away? How do you top that? Tough to top. Cheeky little dragon scene at the end, just a little bit of chompy.
Well, that's a very, very important scene to the book. Have you gone and done how much deep diving have you done? Have you done any or not?
None. I'm gonna watch the show and enjoy the show without reading the books.
Yeah, so that's where the War of Envoys stops and the Dance of Dragons starts. Yeah. Or whatever it is, Flight of Dragons, Dance of Dragons, I think it is. And I think that's probably the most important scene.
G'day, Hazard.
That this story, like I guess the cast and director had to get right?
Yeah.
Like if they didn't get this right, then it would have been a bit of a real letdown, and I think they did a pretty good job of it.
Commiserations for Denmark's loss in the World Cup, mate, to France, but you've got Australia next week, or Thursday, so you should kick the shit out of us. Good luck.
Yeah, we're free, aren't we? Didn't France towel us up something shocking?
Yeah, France beat us, but we beat whoever else is in our pool. Tunisia! How do you know, Rocket?
Larry told me. I know sport.
Yeah, you're a sports guru over there, Rocket.
I am good at sport.
I'm good at sports.
Oh, Hugo.
So it was a strong show that
Oh, boy.
reminded me of why Game of Thrones became such an absolute powerhouse.
Yeah.
You know. It was awesome. When it was at its peak, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, well, it was must-see TV, right?
Yeah. That's okay, mate. You don't need to like sports to be on this channel. Just need to like friendship.
Has Deno shared his opinion on Rings of Power? Yeah, I think he has. Yeah, I think. Oh no, you haven't finished it yet, have you?
No, I haven't finished it. No. I've just watched the first episode. I'm keen to watch some more, but it hasn't been high on the list of priorities. Rocket's not interested in it, so.
Okay, I'll fill it up one more time.
But Willow's coming out on Wednesday, so.
You're looking forward to that
Oh,
one, mate.
can't wait. I reckon I'm actually more enthusiastic about Willow than just about any TV show I've ever been enthused for. Wheel of Time was probably number one. And yeah, peak Game of Thrones. Like you just could not get.
Like season two, House of the Dragon is going to have you like by the balls, right? You're going to be like, oh, first episode, ready to go.
Yeah, I will be tapping in, watching 100% of those episodes live.
Yeah.
That
So
is-
there you go. We'll be doing a live commentary. We'll be coming as we tend to do, right? We'll go where the interest takes us. We'll be becoming a 9-week or 10-week Game of Thrones recap channel.
So I understand people's feeling about the Wheel of Time. Rocket also thought it was terrible. So I understand people not enjoying it. As someone who has a tattoo on their chest of the Dragon Reborn, there is probably nothing that provided me more joy than watching the Wheel of Time in a TV show. So it was never ever going to be as good as the books in a million years. I don't care what showrunner you get. Rocket,
What?
do you want to share your thoughts on the Wheel of Time? You watched the first episode. What were your thoughts on it?
Very bad casting. Terrible acting.
Terrible acting. Yep.
Bad casting, you forgot to say that.
Bad casting. Yep. Anything else?
Too much action.
All right.
Not enough strategy.
Not enough strategy.
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts?
Rosamund Pike is a wooden actress.
All right. Very good. Oh, Dano, what are you doing?
Also, I just didn't like it. I don't like magic that much.
It is.
It is what it is.
It is a black version of Daredevil. It's actually a specific character called Shadowlands Daredevil, who is actually ruler of the hand.
He's an important character in the game as well, as he's the second leader option for Criminal Syndicate. Otherwise, up until or previous to Shadowlands Daredevil coming out, you could only play Kingpin as the affiliation leader. So it was much needed, I think, for the old Crims Inc.
Yep.
He's apparently pretty decent as well.
Well, he creates a bit more of an offensive play style for the criminal syndicate. So
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I am 100% with you, mate, on people feeling that Daredevil sucks. I'm not sure about that, eh?
yeah, I'm not sure about
Every
it.
time I see that character in a game, and that's been a lot of content over the last few weeks, let's be honest, he is just power sliding all over the place, whipping ass.
Yeah. I have this frustration with people. Like I get content creators, their objective is to create something interesting. It's
Yeah.
engaging to hear someone say something and you shouting at the screen. You're like, no, you're wrong. You know, like it's better to have a strong opinion than have no opinion at all. Is probably the motto of a content creator.
Yeah, the goal is to garner attention.
Yeah.
You know, more than anything else, as a content creator, you need people to come and watch you. And you're not going to do that by sort of going, I think this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
This
good.
is okay. This is fine,
Yeah.
says him. So my overall sentiment on many things differs from the consensus around this game. And that might be an experience, or it might just be that it's much easier for people to speak in negative terms rather than find solutions for things.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's...
I haven't watched Andor. I think Bucks has.
No, I haven't actually.
Benny was frothing about it the other night.
Oh, yeah, he's all the way tapped to 11 on Star Wars right now. No, I'm probably much like yourself, mate. Once I'm into something, that's my sole focus. So right now, it's just consuming
CPA.
MCP stuff.
I've played like 1,000 games. I'm just unstoppable.
Are you just going ham on TTS as well? We'll have to play on TTS one night too.
Yeah, we'll play on TTS. Yeah, I've played some TTS.
Let me get a few more games under my belt. I've got some games this Thursday, and we'll get going.
Yeah, Ben said something similar, mate, and so did someone else. Was on the stream. Was like, going, Andor's the fucking best thing since sliced bread, which is cool. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not into yoga.
I think that the idea with Star Wars is that like the last few Star Wars releases have kind of either slightly missed the mark or maybe in a bit away from Star Wars branding. Then of course it's inevitable that the Disney conversation will start, and so I feel like all I've heard though for Andor is it's pretty much echoing Azathoth's statement, which is that it's
the greatest
not
thing
like
since
other Star
sliced
Wars.
bread.
It's been very good.
Yeah. If you love making love at midnight. That's good. I'm glad that people are excited about Star Wars content. It's good. They're a very sad bunch of people normally.
Star Wars fans?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, look, I don't think Marvel fans are too far away from that these days either, right?
Yeah, probably not. Maybe it's
In
just
fact,
maybe it's
is
just
that just all
fandoms.
fans, mate?
Yeah, fandoms in general, mate. As soon as you have this investment in something, you create this sense of ownership. Brings disappointment,
Yes.
which is not something I generally feel about things.
And I think you could probably say that's probably an active choice too, right? Like you choose not to feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm sure you still identify things and go, yeah, that's pretty shit. But you go, well, I'm probably not going to just focus on that, eh?
Yeah.
Right. I think we're going to use some chipping medium tonight.
Wow, Chipperino.
We're going to break out the chipping medium. Like the last time I used chipping medium was on the dumpsters, so it'd be nice to return back there.
There you go. Let's have a little look at Bucks doing the chipping medium. We'll get to see
Well,
some.
I'm just getting it prep because I'm going to have to put it through the... Do I want to put it through the airbrush? I can't remember if I did last time. I think it's fine to go through the airbrush, right?
I've never used chipping medium, mate, so I don't know.
Haven't you ever?
No, I use salt. I use salt weathering.
You're a salty man.
Thank you.
All right, well, here it is. So, this is the one I've got. Let's hope it works. I'll give you a look at what it looked like last time I did it. Give me one sec.
As I would say that the hot streak probably started with Winter Soldier, actually. Because
Okay.
Winter Soldier, Civil War, Endgame, Black Panther, Ragnarok.
Get a zoom on.
Yep, very cool.
Let me adjust this. I'm using the using the not OBS to see what I'm zooming. Let me use that first. There we go. Once it snaps back, we'll be alright.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Iron Man 3 wasn't the best film.
Very average, but yeah, I think I'll do the same. I'll use that, and then I might use some crack paints or some sand or something around the arm. There we go. That's probably a better look at it.
Leave me in hindsight, tangled up with you all night, burning.
Give it a go.
This down.
Probably bad to inhale. Sorry.
It's never stopped me before, mate.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
Hello there, buddy. What's happening? You watching me paint some soldiers?
Yeah, Shark, they're heaps of fun. I really enjoyed painting the dumpsters. In fact, I've enjoyed painting all the MCP terrain. It's good fun. I really enjoyed. So I have a background long prior to painting miniatures that was involved in the sort of graffiti culture, and so it was really fun to go back and sort of use a lot of graffiti references, like IRL graffiti references for doing these New York dumpsters. So I've got like, you know, tags from some of the first New York riders on there and things like that, little Easter eggs, mainly just for my nerdy self, but you know, if someone else notices them, that would be cool.
It's pretty cool, mate.
And one of them being TAC 183, which was pretty much the first graffiti like known to be popping up in New York, and he was a courier driver who just wrote his name and area code or street number just on everywhere he went, and so he got up everywhere. You know, no style or anything, just wrote his name. I think I did a few of those as well. Once the idea sort of wore off a little bit. Alright, so I'm under the assumption that I'm just going to put this on like I did last time, and then I'm just going to spray colour over the top of it once it's dry, and then I'm going to use a toothpick or something to just kind of create some interest.
Scrape away. Sounds like a good plan, mate.
And then maybe we'll do some graffiti. We might get time to do some graffiti on things. Yeah, I look, the first time out was okay. What I learned the first time out was you got to be really delicate when doing the chips. And when in doubt, I'm never sure how much to use, so when in doubt, just cake it, right? Just cover it head to toe. Although it's barely gone down at all, which makes me think I might have thinned it too much. It was almost like a gel substance. Consistency, rather. So yeah, played my first game, mate, on Friday night. Had an absolute blast.
It is a fun game.
I very much enjoyed my opponent dropping a building. Thor dropping a kiosk on Kingpin's head. That was a very, very fun part of the game.
It's just got a lot of great moments.
Yes.
When you play, there's just a lot of really, really good moments. So
Feels like a lot of storytelling happens in the game.
yeah. Hey, buddy, what's up? Do you wanna... Fuck you, Uncle Dad.
and I'm all for some good storytelling today. I just can't really. I think we talked about this last time. I struggle to get involved in games that don't have high levels of immersion.
Yeah.
I just lose interest.
Yeah.
If it feels too nappy or it feels too heavy, like your turn, my turn games, you know.
Yeah.
I think MCP strikes a decent enough balance with you activate, I activate on a micro level, rather than you do everything and then I do everything.
It just means that the game state is very much one that you have to assess each turn. You don't get to basically spend 10 minutes thinking and then go bang 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 execute and the game's over. It's a lot more turn by turn, character by character. You have to then sit down and go, okay, what do I do now? How do I counter that or handle that situation?
It's definitely a movement game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's movement for sure. They are indeed a much more enjoyable experience because you don't have to wait long before it's your turn. Very good.
Yeah, and I think things play in, and I think there's an emotional attachment that plays into this game. I think people get very connected to their characters.
Yep.
And I think people make mistakes by getting connected to their characters because they activate them at the wrong times because they're so eager to want to use their character.
Yeah, or they don't want their character to die.
As a key part of the game is the emotional attachment that plays a role in it, and the desire to want to see your favorite heroes do your favorite things, right?
Yep.
Thankfully, I've picked all villains so far, or a large portion of villains, and so I've never really played bad guys much until sort of this year, and I've been enjoying that because I'm probably a culprit of playing with my heart and not my brain sometimes. So
I'm trying to find a home at the moment in terms of the game. Like I have a particular style of play that I like to play generally, and so I'm looking to try and find an affiliation that suits that style to some extent. Maybe not necessarily.
Tell me more about the style you like to play.
Well, if you go back to the War Machine days, I was a Crix player, but the styles of game that I like to play was not. So Crix was undead. Undead's usually something I like to play, like recursion and mechanics are often fun, but the type of Crix armies I played and the types of armies I like to play are always fast, glass hammer style. Just stuff that really jumps off the board in unexpected ways, attacking from different.
Do you think that because of the 2 health bar, effectively the 2 health bar sort of almost fight? It's almost like a fighting game system, right? Where you've got your first health bar, you get knocked down, and then you've got your second health bar with your card flipping. Do you think that sort of eliminates that gameplay a little bit? Because no matter what, if you one-shot something, it's still going to get back up.
No, because you can create situations where you get 2 activations in a row on that character. If you outplay your opponent in terms of the activations.
Well, yeah, the only way I can see to get 2 turns in a row is if you... How do you do it? If it finishes on you, it can't start on you next turn, right?
Correct, unless you got that Criminal Syndicate card.
Yes, true.
But no, not that. I mean, if you think about placement and activating something in a way that your opponent hasn't expected, you might leave them 1 activation where they can't do much about what you've done.
Oh yeah, of course. So you mean like mitigating your opponent's ability to have use their fighters effectively.
But it's it's about speed and unexpected vectors of attack is what I would say. And then also I really like stuff that hits super hard but is pretty fragile. because if I can apply enough force and execute well, then there's usually no one left to hit back. But if I can't, then I get punished for it. So it's
so you like high risk, high reward.
yeah, it's sort of a really fun style of play. That's what I like.
Yeah. I could see why that that would be enjoyable.
So that was always my MO. So I've tried X-Men. Felt like that.
Yeah.
So X-Men were a really good first start because I got
So list off what you've played so far for me, just so I don't like double handle the conversation in any way.
X-Men, Hydra, Convocation are the 3 that I've tried.
Sure.
I've played against most now, and so I'm sort of leaning towards Hydra foes. I think will be really fun. Sorry, Spider foes. And Cabal I think will be fun.
Yeah. Cabal's very, very wide.
Very wide, yeah.
Cabal, Defenders, and Avengers are and A-Force are probably the 3 widest. 4 widest.
Shield doesn't look like they fit into my normal style, and this is sort of something I've been tossing up. Maybe my style doesn't quite fit in this game, and I need to find something that's adjacent.
You want to bring your screen back up, mate? Because I'm just waiting on something to come.
Sure, buddy.
So, my friends are watching paint dry. Yeah, right. So, from what I gather, what I can see so far, I feel that Hydra look really strong.
So, played Hydra, enjoyed Hydra, but they are strong but boring is how I would characterize them, because
I feel like the whole premises for Hydra is like tons of reroll mechanics, right?
Yeah.
Like you have Zemo and you have Strucker in the list. Both of them have Master Strategists.
Yep, strategic genius.
But
yep, exactly. And then the Hydra list that I played with was Strucker, Zola. Zola can add rerolls anywhere by spending power. So I enjoyed them, but one of the things that I like, as I said, is flexibility and options. And in this game, it feels like flexibility and options for me comes down to who or what you can throw at people.
yeah, right. Like number one thing, think about your surroundings. This game has got more think about your surroundings than many others, I think.
So if you have a list that's really strong, straightforward up and down, that's great, but if they don't have a lot of throws or a lot of unexpected attack vectors, I'm not really down for it. And that was what I found in my Hydra experience, that I wasn't getting to do a lot of throws because...
Who's got throw in the Hydra list?
The lists that I played, I didn't have any throws.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I think Red Skull had a throw on his spender.
Yeah.
He definitely had a push, but yeah, you need to be able to manipulate your opponent's pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So, is what I felt.
Yeah, I think like having a yank or a push, like depending on how you want to use it, because some tell you to move things away, others tell you you can just move them, right? So you can technically pull them towards you as well, right?
Yeah, you can. Well, it depends on the push.
Depends on the push, but if it just says, hey, you can do a small push, then you can push it towards.
Push it anywhere you want.
Yeah. So that seems to play a pretty important role.
I'll be back in a sec. I just got to pull Hugo inside. He's being an idiot. Hugo.
Sure. I'm just having a read of Azeroth.
Thanks for protecting us, buddy. Okay. Little idiot.
Yeah, it seems like Deno probably, if he was playing some kill team, that would be the type of faction that he would like. He does like Eldar as well. So
I do.
probably.
I do like.
You. Yeah.
Do like Eldar.
And Dark Eldar Dark Eldar traditionally was the highest sort of like hit and run glass cannon list, and then obviously the Void Scout is a nice combination between the two.
Yeah.
Eldari factions. Yeah, so I only looked at like I looked at the core of how to build a Hydra list, and I think Arnhem, Zemo, Strucker are like mandatory.
Yeah, and so
And I'm
that's
talking about like I'm not just talking about in your 10-man roster. Obviously, I'm talking about like who are probably going to see play in almost every.
and so the second part of my observation is Hugo's having a fucking great time. Is I like the dynamic lists design, right? I think it's one of the coolest things about the game. And the problem with Hydra is that's what you find is cool. All right, so I play Zola, Strucker, and Zemo, and I'm now 9 points. Well, I might as well play Red Skull. So now I'm at 14.
Red Skull 2, most likely.
Yep, Red Skull 2. So now I'm at 14. So my list choice is I get to take one solo, one 3-point something, and that's it. I don't.
Yeah, and then when you start to look at what you've got available to you, you've got Sin, you've got Sin and Crossbones, you know.
Yep.
Who else have you got? You've got Viper and like. That's it, is it?
Yeah, not much, mate.
Not much. Yeah. See, I think I would like to play the faction, but because I think it'd be a really good learning faction to be able to just not have to think about the list per se and think about gameplay.
Excellent list for new players. If I was gonna, and I did exactly that, I would sit down and I'd go, cool, you're gonna play Hydra. Here's your characters.
Yeah.
Great list to learn what MCP is about.
So I really enjoyed playing Criminal Syndicate. They seem to offer. They're a very tactically flexible faction, right?
Yeah.
Like they want to control objectives is their key thing. If you're playing Kingpin, I've not played Shadowland Daredevil, but I think it's the same because I think I was watching a game and you can see that obviously with limited knowledge, but. Shadowland Daredevil being able to like pop his ninjas out, his ninjas can grab an objective, then they can poof again, right, and move off the table.
Yep.
Claiming it, like that's pretty. Like if you're playing hammers or something like that, that's pretty.
Yep.
Pretty powerful.
Yeah, I think the evil factions are sort of where I'm staring into at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I think Cabal's been the flavour of the last, like, of the meta for the last fair few months, ever since Malekith came out, right?
Malekith. The problem I've got at the moment is Malekith looks like the absolute Deno textbook character.
Yeah. But he's the most popular thing right now, and
he's
maybe
popular,
a little bit tired, a little bit overplayed.
Yeah, but I also think he's probably not great for the overall health of the game.
Yeah.
So I expect at some point he'll get a little nudge.
His wings will get clipped. Yeah.
Yeah, potentially.
Well, it's always a good thing to adjust the game when it needs it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hedging, mate. I'm hedging on Winterguard.
Yeah. I reviewed the Winterguard cards. Don't think they're that bad.
Yeah.
Could be Deno representing Winterguard and breaking the meta. Could happen.
Could happen.
Could happen.
They don't do any damage though, right? That's the issue. They're tanky, they're durable. Crimson Dynamo is probably a reasonable pick, but I mean, as for Shield Bro, I mean, look, I played Taskmaster in game one, and he did what I needed him to, you know, which was just be a useful body to cap things and move around and throw a shield every now and again. So I mean, Guardian can probably play the same role and just be a bit more tanky. And maybe like I really had to have a bit of finesse about how I used Taskmaster, otherwise he was literally just going to get eaten by Venom. I'll tell you something, mate. Venom, my God, go away.
Yeah,
go away.
What a piece.
Why don't you ever die, ever?
What a piece of shit, eh?
Is that who you were talking about, who you played in the tournament and you dropped him to like 2 and just couldn't kill him? Was it Venom?
No, I don't think it was Venom.
He just kept regen?
No, that was me. I was playing as Strucker. No one could kill Strucker.
Yeah. Yeah, Strucker has his own version of it too, doesn't he?
Yeah. Spender heals for damage dealt.
Oh, Benny.
Okay, let's go.
Benny's taking the day off tomorrow to enjoy a little bit of World of Warcraft. I think there's a new expansion coming out, so might have to have a little paint after this tonight.
Very good. I shan't be joining you.
No. Something I did want to talk about though, like we haven't talked a lot about display painting. I was thinking maybe it could be a good idea I sort of mentioned this to Benny last night, it could be a good idea to like lock in a day for some painting on the Stonebeard Discord as like a once a week type thing to lead up to Crimson, for anyone who's having a bit of a challenge for some motivation, or just wants some people to paint along with, or has a little bit of a road to Crimson.
Great plan, mate.
Be a good idea.
Make it happen.
I will.
Are we gonna put your alfalfa sprouts away?
Yeah, put my alfalfa sprouts away. Thanks, Rocket. I'm not sure why Black Cat's part of the Midnight Suns.
Yeah, look, some of the affiliation stuff is interesting. I mean, look, I know Magic, for example, was never a part of Brotherhood of Mutants, but like, if you could kindly toss her in there, that'd be great.
I don't think she is in this, is she?
No, she's not. She's in Convocation though.
She is in Convocation. I've been using her. She's alright. She's alright.
Yeah, I'd like to. Looking forward to play her. Like, I was trying to think, like, okay, well, my own flavour is that I really wanted to play like an all out of like, foreign or out of America team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so obviously I got the Winter Guard, but I wanted to be able to have Colossus and Magic in that list while still being having access to other things, right? Like, actually. So I wanted to potentially have access to Brotherhood of Mutants as well, which means I could probably chuck Magneto in and get a second leader, but just can't quite make the journey at the moment. And I think that might be a part of the problem with Winter Guard, is that all the Winter Guard have no affiliation with anyone else.
Yeah.
You've almost finished Uther. Well, I'm very excited, Jared, because I know the feeling of almost finishing Uther, and it's a good one. And Trent, in fact, knows that feeling too.
I do.
I'll ask a question of you, sir. Did you paint the armor non-metal metallic? And if so...
Whose did you copy?
You did black non-metal metallic? Okay, cool. And if so, are you still eager to paint non-metal metallic after it? Very good. That's how I felt after it as well. It's a really cool pump up model for painting non-metal metallic.
I don't like cricket. Oh no. I love it. Yeah. Don't like Jamaica. Oh no. I love it. Going to bed, bro?
Sounds come on to you, bro.
Chamamelia. Very nice.
Also, you're halfway through the Dio for CB. Very nice. I know Ben had just started his a CB project as well. It seems like everyone's starting to pull the trigger. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what all my friends do. I'm excited to see what some people who I don't know as well do. Excited to meet some new people. I'm excited to see some old people.
In or out?
I think we'll have some new faces there this year.
I think so too.
Okay, well, you're out if you're not in. Are you in or out? In or out? What the fuck? Okay, you're out. You're out.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested to see what comes out this year, because I think we'll get a few of the old guys who came a few years ago before COVID might make a trip back this year.
Yeah.
Now that everything's calmed down, so I think we could see some of those. We've got Longy's going to come along and bring some stuff, which is cool.
Honestly, I think we've kind of kicked the hornet's nest, so to speak, in regards to display painting this year. I think a lot of people have got on board and have really enjoyed their journey so far, and knowing that Crimson Brush is going to be a place to be able to celebrate that, and for a lot of people, I think, be the first time that they really get out into the community and get to meet people. I think it's I think it's gonna be
G'day,
great.
Mini Painter Luke. Welcome, champion.
I think we have a wonderful international guest who's going to be with us. I think CanCon itself is just going to be inundated with vastly more people than last year, so everything's sort of setting up to be a really great time.
Indeed. I ran Daz and Wedgie through a game on Saturday night of MCP, and whipped out the old Sentinel Prime. Fuck, he's a big bopper.
Yeah.
Big.
How
bopper.
many? What's his threat level?
He's 5,
Yeah.
and he's pretty good actually.
What's a generic Sentinel?
4.
4. Okay, so you're getting 3 in Nova in a 17 threat.
Correct. Yeah.
Is Nova a 3? Yeah.
No, Nova's 5.
Oh, Nova's a 5. All
Yeah.
right. So you're not even getting. Yeah.
No,
okay.
so you're probably Bucky for your,
Yeah.
or more likely 1 Sentinel Prime, 1 Sentinel, and Cassandra is probably your core.
What threat do you like to play at? What's your sweet spot?
I want as many toys as possible.
Yeah. So 18.
18 to 20 is what I like to play at.
Yeah. We played our first at 18.
Yeah.
In which I played six fighters, and
Bucky and
Alzy and I
Snap.
both played 5.
Yeah, Bucky is a fucking dickhead and Snap. Alright, I think I'm just going to do a little bit of red airbrushing from underneath. Dark red.
Yeah, Bucky's just flat out good, right?
Yeah, Bucky is
Yeah.
probably flat out the best piece in.
I quietly, again, with a short amount of experience, have found a fondness to one Poindexter.
Oh yeah, little bullseye,
He is,
little bullseye.
He is the kind of character I like to play. It's a real thorn or irritant in my opponent's side, you know?
Yeah. All right. Okay, let's go.
I tell you, if the game is still holding serve well for us next year at QMHE, I might take an extra day or 2 off, and we'll have to record some games. What do you reckon?
I'm down, mate. Yeah, if I'm still frothing it by then, which at this point in time is looking likely, yeah, I'll be down for that for sure.
I'm already there for 4 days when it happens, right? So adding on a couple of days to make it a week is not gonna
Not breaking the
kill us.
bank.
And then the fact that you have a wonderful setup for it, and I believe I can provide some really nice pieces to be able to bring up and play some games with. We could make some fun stuff.
What about March?
What about March? Well, March will be a bit different, I guess, because it is our birthday in March, so we might have to go out.
No, I shan't be going out. I'm too old for that behaviour.
No, I mean for dinner and stuff, you know.
No, let's play games.
Let's play games. What's Rocket going to do? I mean, look, Rocket and Jump get along great, so Rocket, Storm, and Jump can all go do something if they want, and we'll just play games at my house.
I do go out, Daz. I go out to your house every week, mate. That's the extent of my going out.
See, we can do one better because I reckon that I have a space that's probably better than a gaming cafe for playing at, and I live in an area that's got infinite access to food, as I live very close to a shopping centre. So ordering burgers and slamming some MCP till the early hours of the morning sounds like a great time to me.
I'm in. I am in. Like Flynn. All right. Cool.
All right, we can put some small wages on it because it'll be warm by that time. So have some swims in the pool. Maybe throw some people in. Please build a New York table now. That's what I'm building at the moment. I want to build a New York table, and I want to build a Soviet sort of table that can be used for other things, like I was telling you last time. I want to be able to do the Soviet table that can be potentially like as a Star Wars Legion / Shatterpoint table, plus other games, 40k and Heresy. That'll also double over. I guess it's just a generic table, right? Because it'll double over for Old World when it comes out, because you're just not going to be able to keep me away from that game when it comes out. Yeah, scale-wise, I think it is. I think, Legion's 40, so it might be the same as MCP, yeah. So Legion is 28 heroic, and then MCP is 40 heroic, so I reckon you'll see... Actually, I don't think MCP is heroic, because I think hands and feet aren't oversized in MCP. I'd like to really build an underground, like it's been a popular build, I think, for tables, is like the New York Underground, the New York Loop, fighting over trains and tracks and stuff like that. I have a hot take though, right? I was having a bit of a gander at some tables today and some table designs.
Yeah.
And I think I like my content, I guess, to be a bit darker. Like a little bit more adult orientated. I see a lot of tables that are like incredibly vibrant, but they kind of just feel a little bit like those playmats we played on as kids, where you drive your truck around the map, the traffic lights and all that sort of stuff. I want something a little bit more gritty, probably a little bit more serious.
I'm a bit of a boffin for the MCP tables, because I think that's the thing that's got me really jazzed about the game, is picking up buildings and throwing them at each other. It's just such an opportunity for cool modelling and hobbying and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's cool to paint.
Yeah, I think though, I don't know that people have really challenged themselves yet getting outside of the box on building tables for it. Like, I think there's a lot of opportunity there to build buildings, different types of buildings, different spaces. I mean, imagine playing a game on like the huge, that mega sky shit thing that they had in Salt. Was it
Helicarrier.
Avengers 1, was it?
The Helicarrier. Well,
The Helicarrier, like something like that, or on the that prison in Civil War, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm talking about, where maybe you don't have as much size 4 in a table like that, but you could probably have a suitable amount of 2 and 3, which is the majority of what you want anyway, or 2 to 4 is what you want anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're on the money there, Asa. I mean, I think always at the heart of it, before any of those sorts of decisions, is two things, which is efficiency and affordability, right? The efficiency for people to just to buy it and buy it then and there. Accessibility is probably a better word than efficiency. And then affordability to do so at a a decent rate. I mean, if they get the business model correct, right, then you ideally are going to buy at least one of almost all the terrain. Maybe you don't buy the cosmic stuff because you're not doing a cosmic table, but almost everything else they've released can be coupled up nicely for the NYC table.
I might build a custom table at some point in the future because I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah. Big part of the storytelling, right?
I mean, I'm diorama mad. Have been and will no doubt go back to building some crazy dioramas, but it's certainly sharpened up my skills around making scenery, and so the idea of making a table full of cool scenery now isn't daunting like maybe it would have been in the past, but it's exciting. So, giddy up.
100%. That's what kind of got me G'd up to just go, like, get terrain sorted now, Like, I want to be able to immerse as much as possible to build that, that commitment to something and that buy-in.
Yeah, you just want to sit down at the table and feel like it's full theme, full thematic.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for wanting as equally, right? I want my friends to sit down at the table and be like,
this looks fucking awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
I want them to be excited to come and play and feel like, I think when you do stuff like that, lead by example in that regard, it motivates people to push themselves further as well.
Well, I'm trying to sort of inspire by doing when it comes to playing with painted guys in the little local scene there. No one's really got a painted force.
Yeah.
Every tournament I've played, which is of course only 2, so I've brought a painted force. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate that both the lads that I play with, and soon to be one more lad when he's ready to start driving down. I'm talking about Ben.
Benny. Welcome, buddy.
They are both pretty sound painters, pretty good, and both love playing. They are all about immersion as well. So we're very fortunate to find some like-minded hobbyists who want to do it the same way as I do.
Maybe it's just in your wildest dreams.
Which I never want to say is doing it the right way, but for me, it's doing it the right way, right? It's my right way, I guess I should say.
I think anyone who is involved in this hobby should see that as the right way. Should see fully painted and immersive as the right way. That's... I reckon anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Like when I was a little fella, I didn't go and look at a table full of unpainted models and go, "This is fucking sick,"
Yeah.
So, all right, I am
Very
going
much
to
so.
put that guy down, I think, and do say hello
Star
to
Wars
his
or bust.
little friends.
That's all right. We will play Star Wars as well. Then what's your answer going to be?
How do I approach these chumps?
One unified color, one spot color, and paint them as a straight up one thing to look at rather than three things to look at. You're looking at list for Legion at the moment.
Tenderly, with affection and love.
Have you got a favourite model yet in the range, mate?
That is a good question. I was looking over him last night. The Mysterio could be up there actually. Like I really, really love the Mysterio model. Yeah, absolute beast.
They
that he
nailed
is.
the design for it, didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Did a good job on that front.
He's just a superstar.
So I don't have one model that I love, but I am really fond of and this. I love the skin suit characters, you know. So Bullseye, Red Guardian, Strucker. Like I like the really basic concept guys. I don't know why I've been really drawn towards them, but they're the ones for me.
There's so many good ones. Like I might grab a couple out actually because there's so many good ones. Like, and this is what drew me to the game initially was giddy up, paint some fucking cool models.
Blade? Yeah,
Yeah.
Blade's a sick model. Moon Knight's really cool too, actually. That's an awesome box. It's a double. It's the best when both the sculpts are good, and you feel like you'll play both the factions or both the affiliations too. That's like
Well, funny you should say Blade because he was in my list and here he is. Very, very cool sculpt. Blade. Craven. Blade and Craven are two absolute bangers. Look at that. Just bangers. Mysterio I've already showed. I like Thor, like as a generic pose.
he's huge, by the way.
I love Kingpin. What a mad dog Kingpin
Yeah.
is.
I don't think there's a bad way to paint that model either, right?
Yeah. This could actually be my favourite, but look at this.
Yep.
That's just fucking unreal.
A marked improvement on the first one.
Possibly that, or one of the ones I've already painted. Don't know which one. I've painted a lot. Painted a lot. So
Scarlet Witch has grown on me as a sculpt.
yeah, she's okay. She's okay.
Magneto's a good sculpt too.
Magneto.
I'm surprised you haven't tried out Brotherhood yet.
I have.
Is that because one of your buds plays it?
Well, no, I have tried him in a couple of games.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but Simon plays them, so. But yeah, I for whatever reason I didn't enjoy Magneto in the one game I played with him, but I think that was inexperience in the game, and I would make some different choices.
Yeah. Funny, isn't it, how if someone lets you down in game, it can really affect your desire to want to
Yeah, fuck you, Magneto.
fuck you, Trebek.
Fuck you, Trebek. Simon is my bud, Daz. What a great bloke.
So I'm working split days off at the moment for the next 4 weeks.
Good old Christmas,
Means I
eh?
have tomorrow's off.
Yep.
So I've got currently prepped to go. I've got. I should bring them over.
Yep.
Should show everyone my Colossus, shouldn't I?
Let's go. Let's bring on Andy Cam.
So everyone who was here with us last week will know that I was having a bit of a whinge about Colossus's holding hand thing that he's doing, holding a sentinel hand. So I thought, well, I want to have something different. So I decided to sculpt him a banner. And so, what do you reckon, pal? What do you think? Do you think an X-Force banner, or do you think maybe like a Winter Guard banner?
I think X-Force.
X-Force?
X-Force, yeah, big X.
Yeah. So.
It'll look mad.
Yeah.
No, that's a good one, mate. It's a good conversion. Better than good, probably. Better than
Be a
good.
fun one. So we got that one, but then like his sister, man, that model is a banger.
Yeah, I am unhappy with my paint job on her, but yeah, she's a very good model.
Yeah. So I just want to play them both. I want to play them both with my Winter Guard, and I can't. So like, listen, AMG. I mean, I can't buy it, but this little dickhead, great little 2-cost.
Yeah, little toady, champion.
Objective snagger. So the idea is that I felt that like Brotherhood, Winter Guard, and then some of the other Russian-based characters would all make for like a pretty cool allegiance. So I think I'm gonna. Here's two, pretty reasonable little mates as well.
Yes, Bucky.
So I think playing Bucky, the lovely Black Widow. I think I might paint them both white.
Ooh, okay.
Put them in like a similar white sort of uniform as what she wears in the Black Widow movie.
Cool.
And then I might look up some alternates for Bucky, but yeah, I want him to be feeling more like he's currently a USSR operative. And I was like reading up on some lore and background, and it seems like the Winter Guard is like the classic. They're obviously the Russian Avengers, but they're pretty much betrayed by the government every other minute. So I like the idea of that. Plus, my buddy's a massive Avengers guy, right? So playing the budget Avengers against him is kind of fun.
Budget Avengers.
So here we are, we're chipping away.
Budget Avengers is defended. Oh, that looks awesome, mate. Is it quicker than just painting that shit on?
It might not be quicker, but it's important to learn this because it's a scale modelling technique, and they are very useful when competing in more predominant scale modelling events. So I want to have this stuff under my belt to be able to. I also think it gives a different texture. Now, is it any different to salting? I think that salting might be better. But salting, you don't get the lines and scratches, right? Whereas
Yeah.
this way you do. So I think I maybe was supposed to move a bit quicker though, and not let it dry as much as I did. And I probably should little Lydia Avengers. I probably should have looked up sort of how scratches and things look to try and make it a bit more natural looking rather than just go whatever. We're painting terrain. Yeah, it probably does want some more mortar, but that would require me using my brain, and that's not something I'm really too invested in at times. So maybe I'll use your brain this time and go get some more mortar.
It's good of you to acknowledge that.
That I don't use my brain often.
Yeah.
I thought at this point, mate, it was just a fact. I actually think you can just use any water. Because, yeah, this is all coming off nicely now. Sharkwall coming in with the goods.
It's about time.
Sharkwall giveth, Sharkwall take away. Oh, mate, I could just literally use my finger and it looks good. Any Peachy fans in the chat?
It's about damn time. Yeah, for whatever reason, I am not excited about these models. I knew I wasn't going to be when I assembled them. I was like, they just feel too generic, too boring.
I tell you, right, I was very, 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 very excited to paint Hood, right? I was like, Hood's a cool character. He's one of the characters that made me start looking at the game again, actually, before you'd even jumped on it.
Yeah.
And so I painted up Hood. And can I say, I really didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, okay.
Here he is.
Yeah. He looks good.
He does. I mean, he looks good, but my enjoyment on the road to making him look good was not high.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's because his swirly thing kind of just looks like spaghetti.
Yeah.
But you can make up for it because this one.
It's the Beastie Boys.
This one is a little banger.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's cool.
He is unreal.
And he's really fun to play.
Yep. At the moment, he's my favourite figure to put on a table.
What about this one? I don't know if you've seen this one yet.
Oh no, you haven't shown me her. Nice. She looks awesome. Good colour palette.
I think I got the dark, because she's a like wields dark dimension stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Got that dark purpley colour. Yeah, it looks sick.
Because it's supposed to be black, right? But we can't do black.
Yeah.
It would just look boring. Yeah, she was cool. That was all I painted last week, actually, those three.
It's a very good effort.
Oh, look at that, that's way better now.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks sick.
Yeah, being that I'm obviously driving to to CanCon and buy me driving Jub's drive.
Yep.
I might have to load some terrain in the car, mate. What do you think?
Well, look, mate, as is often the case for me, the weekend is less about painting soldiers for me and more about spending time playing games. So there'll be opportunities for games of MCP for sure.
I can just see it. Both have been so focused on the prize for display painting all year. 6 weeks before, new interest. Whole display painting event going on around us. Can you see it now?
Two of us playing Marvel Crisis Protocol table in the middle of the comp.
Yeah. All the streaming gear gets slowly moved over to the table.
That's a very Deno thing to do. That is absolutely just all me.
Interviewing painters. So have you had the opportunity to paint any
Marvel Crisis
superheroes before in your journey? Lee, what are your thoughts on Marvel films? Are you interested in them in any way, shape, or form?
That'd be outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
No, I must admit, I'm quite excited for Crimson. I was initially intending on two more pieces to be done.
Yeah.
Maybe one at this point.
No, it'll be a good event. I mean, I don't. I don't look forward to it that much. As bad as that sounds, like it's not really bad. I mean, I look forward to it, but not like I used to.
Yeah.
Running the event is a privilege and also a curse.
Yeah. Well, I've got a question for you. A lot of people are now affiliating me with the organisation of the event. I wonder if that means next year I probably shouldn't necessarily be an entrant anymore. Uphold the integrity of the event in the way that you see it, like the right way to be upheld, which I kind of agree with as well.
There's no my volunteering to run the event didn't come with caveats. It's not like I'm only going to run the event for a certain couple of years, or I'm only going to do this. It's just I signed up for it. I'm keen to do it. I enjoy doing it. But it does take away basically the only event. Well, it did up until ARC. So that I used to look forward to for painting.
Is Jared still with us?
For
the fact that he was very eager to start the conversation about a New South Walesian competition as well.
Yeah, I think so. I'm on a tear in Snap at the moment, by the way. Absolute tear.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm ranked like 55 now. Got this mad deck that just keeps moving all over the place. It's the fucking best.
Are you going to run a few rounds at the end of the stream?
No.
You are, Jared, yeah? Is it a thing? How did you go? Because you had Painters Guild on... Also, feeling some big shots being fired at the rest of the country when you're all in matching hats and T-shirts.
They got matching hats.
They've got hats, bro. Juddo looks like he's coming straight out of Compton, right? Like he's got the snapback, the big beard on. He's got the T-shirt. He's looking baller.
That's classic.
All right, it's something you guys are planning. Excellent. Looked like there was also a little, do I say it, exclusive Sydney Painters Guild meetup painting challenge. I noticed a little veiled lamp action.
This is some bullshit, mate. This is some bullshit.
No, Stonebeard, Team Stonebeard, right? The OGs are, we got a little plan. Yeah, Miyuki. Well, we discussed our on way back in August for QMHE recap, what we were thinking. We were tossing up between Eli and Athena. And I believe Stormy made a decision last night and chose Athena.
Oh, cool.
So we have our challenge.
Is that for thingy, or are we just for whenever?
It'll be our 2023 challenge, right? So
Awesome.
It'll be the one that we probably acquire at Crimson like we did last year and then pay afterwards.
Oh, I've already got her.
Have you already got Athena?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So what I want you to not do, right, is go out ahead of everyone by 4 months and paint it tomorrow, right? Please don't do that.
I make no promises.
Please don't do it.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Oh, Andy, you can fresh yourself with this one. Or should I say, Shark, who saved the day. It's not often that sharks save the day. It's not often they ruin it either, really.
I'm running out, Benny. So I literally, yesterday was the 4-week anniversary of me painting Marvel Crisis Protocol, and I've done 40 models.
Yes, I enjoyed your post today. I got a little pop up in my Facebook page, in old Boomer Book, saying you've joined the Australian MCP group.
I have.
You had a bunch of lovely photos in there. It was great.
They're
Nice
okay
little lunchtime.
photos. Yeah, just a cheeky 40 fucking figures of it, if you don't mind.
Yeah, not bad. Pretty good size.
Solid form.
So I have to get your input. Who are the like the 2 a day kind of models you reckon?
Oh, the
I feel like Winter and Bucky. Widow and Bucky. You could do 2.
Yeah. Do them in a fucking quick as a flash, mate.
Or Jared, you're going to have to choose an affiliation, mate. Team Stonebeard or Sydney Painters Guild. There can't be both.
Oh, wow.
Team JC. Oh. Ronan. Cruising around in the night with his samurai sword strapped to his back, taking heads.
Just a lone warrior.
A lone wolf. Benny and I are like cub and wolf, but I don't know who's cub and who's wolf. Sometimes it's one, and then sometimes it's the other. Because we do kind of get lost out in the wild a little bit, Benny and I.
You guys spin each other in circles all the time.
Yeah, we have a great time doing it. Our latest one was what is art? That was 8 hours one day.
There's a very specific reason why I've managed to avoid our fucking video calls recently. Just some of the absolute gibberish. Nah, that's not true.
Nah, he would have liked that conversation. Actually, I think he would have enjoyed that one because I think
Was this all about the old AI art? Was that?
No, it wasn't about AI art. It was about being derivative, copyright infringement, inspiration / replication. Can replication be considered art? All of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I would not have enjoyed that. We're back to you watching paint dry.
I'm reading the chat. Sorry, I have to let this dry, and then I think I'm sort of contemplating whether I want to do an oil wash or just do some normal washes, or some contrast washes. An oil wash could be fun, right?
Could be.
Yeah, we do like to ask why questions, don't we, Ben? Yep. So Ben said last night we were hanging out, and he's like, he feels like we're you and I are unwillingly or unknowingly in a red off right now, and he's looking forward to see who's got the pingiest red.
I am confident that my red cannot be beaten. However,
Yeah.
your red is sufficiently different to mine that it'll become a subjective thing.
Yeah.
Because your red on the Red Guardian is absolutely banger.
Yeah.
So different strokes, mate, for different folks.
Indeed. Is it about going faster or is it about going for longer? Conversation, a question as old as time.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Never just the same. Alright, friends, so we've got about 15 minutes left before I'll be signing off for the evening. I'm going to try and... Well, I'm doing two hour slots at the moment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're doing efficient, like, little punchy ones, aren't we?
Yeah, did you see my Hulkbuster? Did I show you my Hulkbuster?
You haven't brought it up yet. I've seen it, but you haven't showed everyone.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Here, I'll go get it.
Oh, you getting that? Does anyone do fantasy sports who's, like, watching tonight? I'm going to take this little opportunity to have a little chat about fantasy sports. So I do fantasy basketball, and I do it with my wonderful wife. We do fantasy sports together, and it's our first sort of endeavour into it. And she's doing really well. I'm doing okay. I'm sort of a grindy team. She's kind of like she's either going to smack you or lose to you, sort of glass cannon team. And we're playing this week, head to head. Little in-house rivalries going on. The shit talking is immense, and it hasn't even started yet. So, I think there are some small wagers around the house flying. It's a wonderful time.
Fantasy
If
football.
I'm not here on next week's stream, you know that I have exposed myself to the masses in saying that I may get towed up by my wife in fantasy, and if that's the case, I might not be able to show my face for a week. As I'm the instrument in which she sort of found sport, and she's an absolute addict for it now. So
Yeah, I got Rocket onto NRL, and she is she's become a diehard boffin for it. She's like, let's get up and watch the Rugby League World Cup. It'll be awesome. So, fucking 5 a.m, she's crumbing into my room. Hello. Turn on the TV. Hello.
jobs are good. Let's make an oil wash.
Alright, here is the Hulk Buster.
I don't know why you're hating those ninjas, by the way. Choosing the red
Bust
for the
a
smoke
move.
is pretty good. Pretty good choice there.
Your
Mel.
Buster move. You want it. You got it. Oh.
I thought he was going to be way more threat than what he is, the Hulkbuster.
6, yeah, he's
cost
come
more.
back.
Yeah. I thought he'd be a 7.
So, I committed to 2 hours per model in this MCP. Do you believe that I did that in 2 hours?
Yes.
It was about 2 hours.
Because
It's about
I've
2 hours
watched you
20.
paint for a long time, and I know how you paint well, and I know where you made up the time.
It was about 2 hours 20. So,
Yeah.
pretty happy with that. There you go. Hulkbuster. Keen to try him in a game. Keen to...
Yeah, because when he gets flipped, he becomes Little Tony, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Little Tony.
You know that, yeah?
Yeah, Little Tony, yeah. He's awesome.
But then he's got a backup soon on standby.
Yeah. So you need a fair chunk of power to bring it back. But
Is it 10?
it's 10, yeah. But one of the things that I missed the first time I read him was he loses all his power when he dies.
Yeah. So he's one of the few... The only?
Yeah, so normally when you daze and you flip, you just have this...
Yeah, you keep your power.
Yeah, you have a monster turn because you just got power to burn,
Yeah,
but he's got nothing. He goes to 0, so it's next to impossible for him to load up on enough power in one turn. So he's got to basically get in the fight and have a crack to maybe have enough juice. As the sun will rise.
So this is where it could get bad, because using an oil wash could mean that it maybe reacts weirdly to like the...
Well, let's go and have a look. It can go for up to 6, mate, but generally it's under 3 or 4 rounds usually.
I've got what do we use? A bit of Abtalon, a bit of bitumen. It's like a dark brown. Get that out. That's some good old Sansador. Anyone who's familiar with Coulter paint will know they absolutely froth this. A bit of Sansador.
Sansador.
Did you see who the third judge was, by the way? Who got announced for Arc Open?
Young Victoria.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's the spiritual successor to Golden Demon, really, isn't it?
It really is, isn't it?
Which is cool. It's cool to have that. Crystal Dragon and Crimson Brush have never intended on replacing Golden Demon. We were always wanting to be a separate thing, a different thing. So, but Golden Demon was instrumental in many young miniature painters' life. So, have it back. It's pretty great.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they sort of look for the same criteria as a Golden Demon does as well, which is heavily about execution and technical capability.
I'm not gonna
and
push
probably
it.
less focuses on ambience and atmosphere.
I'm not gonna cook it, but I'll order it from Sansador.
You can, I'm sure plenty of people are familiar with oil washing at this point, but you can gloss everything down if you want. But with something like this that has such intense recesses, you can probably get away with it. It's probably going to find its way. The capillary action will...
A bit of the old capillary.
If you like a little technical term there.
Look at you go, Bucks.
Look at me go. Maybe I'm the perfect hybrid hobbyist, mate, of technical and, not.
There's very few people who would consider themselves technical and not, mate. So
Yeah.
I definitely.
Maybe it's the fact that I'm an Englishman who's lived in Australia for a long time. I bring the technical nature of the Poms, but I've been,
Big
awakened by the Australian style, which is a little bit more just JFDI.
It is. It is. Well, that's the Trent Dennison School of
The JFDI.
Australian painting. Yeah, there's several schools of Australian painting, mate.
Does everyone know what JFDI is in the chat?
Does everyone know
There's
what
JFDI and there's JFDIC.
Haha, that's tough.
Very good. I'm sure you know what JFDIC is then. Yeah, beautiful.
I think to date we've only said that on stream twice. That word.
The C-bomb?
Yeah, C-bomb. I've managed to avoid it.
I think you've only said it once, and I think someone else said it, right?
Yeah, I think Rocket might have said it once actually.
Oh. I thought it might have been that stream from way back then.
Could have been that
That
stream.
famous stream.
Could have been that
You remember
stream.
the one?
Could have been that stream. Yes, I do remember the one.
I reckon we might just get nasty now and just start putting oil wash on everything.
Oof.
Let me zoom.
I'm trying to get Bucks a little bit more used to painting on camera.
Yeah, I'm really bad at it. So apologies to everyone. I don't think about you all enough when I'm painting, and that's something that until you do it, you really don't realize how much it's got to be in your head.
It's hard, eh?
It is really hard. So I had a lot of respect for Trent doing it because I suck at it.
You completely. Oh, look at these oil washers just cutting sick.
Just running everywhere. We don't want to go too crazy on the windowsills. You know, people do like to clean their sills in New York. In uptown, are we in uptown or downtown New York? That's the question.
Downtown.
I think it's supposed to be in Hell's Kitchen, isn't it? Most of it. is
Well,
set.
you've got Nelson and Murdoch lawyers are in Hell's Kitchen, so.
Yeah.
Any asbestos. Send some inspectors over, Jared.
I'll tell you, Jared, doing terrain, oof, mate, you wouldn't like how I go about doing terrain. The mask doesn't stay on for long, and then, I'm feeling a little bit, oh, how you going?
Don't tell him that, mate. He'll have a heart attack.
We could use it as a. So, how many people are planners when they paint? That's the other thing. I'm not much of a planner when I paint. I'm more of a just do it. Just live with it. Live with the consequences. And so I feel like I might just want to put tint across pretty much all of the concrete. And so to do that, we might just get a bit crazy with it.
Never plan.
Planning for suckers, right?
Planning is for suckers.
Let's just straight up just bomb it with a bit of sandal onto it. And then just throw a bit on like this.
Alright, I think I'm going to call it on that. Oh, this looks awesome, Bucks. So how is that going to dry? You'll have to take a photo and share it how it dries, because that looks loose as.
You like a bit of loose painting, eh?
Yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah, take a photo of that for me tomorrow, because... How long will it take to dry? Do you hair dryer it or what?
Yeah, I can hair dry this. So I'm going to move it around a fair bit, right? Like, I don't want it to just pull like this. I'm going to get a bigger brush. It's in my bag, the bigger brush, so...
Yeah. And then do you sponge it around or anything, or is it...
Yep.
Yeah,
So I just do whatever I feel like until I'm happy, you know? Like, it's going to be wet for ages, so I'm not pressed for time. The only thing I'm trying to avoid is anything that looks like I've just sort of tipped it, right? Like, I don't want it to be pulled in the wrong places. I'll let gravity do its thing as well, but, you know, we're doing a roof of a New York apartment, so it's, you know, I could have left it the way it looked and it would have been fine, but I want character. I want it to tell a bit of a story, so get a bit of dirt and grime in there. I might even use a bit of the old tissue paper to soak up a bit of it. You'll notice that when I did it, I had like quite distinguished lines on the sides, and so I'm just trying to get rid of that. A lot of the time, like I don't think people like we try to create what natural things look like, right? But natural is chaos.
Natural is chaos.
Like,
yeah, it's such a good.
Natural is
observation.
legitimately chaos in how it's formed. Like there's no design. So, you know, trying to replicate that.
Welcome,
can be
Kiki
challenging
Miniatures
if you've
Mania
got a really
and
structured
friends.
way of doing things.
We're learning about how to do oil washes with Bucks. Welcome to the stream. You've caught us just as we're about to finish up, as is so often the case. But welcome
That's a
nonetheless.
common thing, isn't it, mate, in streaming?
Well, I think people start at a similar time and then end a similar time usually.
Yeah. So, like, if we have a look here,
Oh, that's
this
awesome.
this is what I'm really liking here, and then I'm liking this in here, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're pulling up here, but that's fine because we'll just drain it off. Grab a little bit of the old toilet paper, tissue paper, soak it, and we're good to go. I'm surprised you don't use oil washers more, mate.
Do you know the thing that I don't use oil washers because they take too long to dry.
Yeah.
EJO, the best sandwich. What a wonderful question.
What's the best sandwich? We can talk sandwiches. It's got to have salami in it. Let's start there.
No, ridiculous.
Are you just going to rock me with the most basic thing ever? A ham and cheese or a salad?
Well, ham, cheese, and salad is a classic, mate. Like you can't go wrong with that. But no, I'm actually all about roast beef, mate.
Oh,
Love a roast beef sanger. Potentially a hot one with gravy. That's always nice, but I even like a cold roast beef with like salad, bit of horseradish.
A chicken for the meat, and then salad and egg. I love that for a long time.
At Monty, they cook up a roast pig out the front of the Castello, and they load you up with a sandwich.
So check this out. We got this happy little accident. It's run into all the recesses now. Of like these little details in here.
Outstanding.
And it's just looking stellar. You're gonna clean that up. That's drying it.
Actually, my favourite thing to do when I'm over in Italy, there's this little sandwich shop that I like to go to, and they make the best sandwiches ever there. That's my answer. That sandwich shop in Italy. That's where.
Yeah. Yeah, an Italian hoagie, like a hoagie would be good. We have a place called Sol's down here, and they specialise in doing subs, you know. I mean, what counts as a sandwich? It's different around the world. Like, is a Philly cheesesteak, is that a sandwich? Because that's pretty good.
Banh mi, excellent. Yeah, there's a place near my work called Banh Mi Factory. They do crispy pork on Fridays. It's been my obsession for the last few months. Is just a crispy pork banh mi on a Friday. Outstanding. Cannot go wrong.
getting on the deep wise about there. Sorry, all right. I can't help this, man. Here's who I am, sir.
Alright, so, friends, it's been a good stream tonight. We learned about oil washers and chipping medium from Bucks. We learned about how to paint Hulkbuster in 2 hours from Deno. And unfortunately, we didn't quite get 4 models painted in 2 hours, but we came close. And our next stream is back on Sunday morning my time, which is Saturday for the Americans and middle of the night for the Europeans. Good luck to the Danes on Thursday morning, but also not good luck. I hope you lose. And that's it. We're good. Bucks, any final thoughts?
No. Very few thoughts go through my head in the first place. First ones, let alone final ones. So.
All right. Well, let's find someone to raid. We'll raid on with all of Kiki's friends.
Who can we find to raid?
Well, CHK's
You can
got...
send it to 100 if you go to CHK.
He's got 69 viewers. What an outstanding position to be in for CHK. Now let's see who else is on. Alright, well, we've got Troll Trader. I don't think I've viewed Troll Trader before, nor have I viewed Count Bug. Let's go and have a look at Count Bug. Iron Ant. I'm pretty sure I have raided Iron Ant before.
Alright, so I just cracked the code.
Then we're going to
Are you watching the stream right now? Are you watching the stream? Watch. So you load it on.
Oh wow, look at that.
You've got, see how you've got the
sheen.
the lips? Yeah.
Mm.
Look at the way the dirt's settling.
Alright. Iron Ant, you're cut. Fundraising for St. Jude's Hospital. Here we go. We're going for Count Bug. Count Bug. Excellent. He's doing a fundraiser. Let's go support Count Bug. It might actually not be a him, it might be a they. Don't know. Oh, Mittens is listening in. Mittens, I see you. I see you, bucker.
On camera? Sorry, sir. Here you go. How's that?
Sis is a battle. Alright, friends. It's been a pleasure. Thank you all. See you soon. See you soon. Peace out, Bucks.
Peace.
Hi, Mittens. Bye.